Welcome to the deep dive. Ever thought about pirates and global warming
Yeah.
in the same sentence?
Probably not, right? But get this, there's some, well, let's call it unique research suggesting a connection.
Yeah, today we're diving into planetary thermoregulation and the pirate variable, a Pastafarian scientific analysis of global warming. It's quite a title.
And our mission really is to take you beyond the usual climate discussions. We want to explore this pretty unconventional viewpoint. It's all based on this specific source.
Definitely looking at things you might not have considered before.
For sure.
Okay, so the central idea. According to the flying spaghetti monster, and yeah, that's kind of central here,
Right.
the main cause of global warming is the drop in the number of pirates since the 1800s.
And we need to be clear, these aren't like the Hollywood pirates you're thinking of.
No, not Captain Hook. The source talks about the original Pastafarians. They're seen as absolute divine beings.
Peaceful explorers, spreading goodwill. It's a very different image, isn't it?
Totally different. Now you're probably thinking, okay, is this like satire?
And that's the immediate question, yeah.
Yeah.
But from the Pastafarian viewpoint described here, it's more complex.
How so?
Well, they believe the flying spaghetti monster, the FSM, uses these observable correlations to point towards deeper truths, divine truths.
So the FSM might even, what, subtly tweak things, like scientific data.
That's part of the idea presented, yes, that the FSM interacts with the universe in ways we don't normally perceive. So, a seemingly odd correlation could actually be divinely intended.
Right. So we're going to look at the timeline here, golden age of piracy up to now.
Exactly. Examining this specific inverse relationship proposed in the source, fewer pirates, higher temperatures.
Let's dig into that core argument then. Fewer pirates equals warmer planet.
That's the essence of it. The source argues this decline in true pirates directly correlates with the rise in global temps we've seen. The timing fits, apparently.
And does it suggest how this might work physically?
It does offer a few ideas. One is pretty straightforward, actually technology.
Like pirates used wind power. Sails.
Exactly. Clean energy. Their decline happened alongside the rise of ships burning fossil fuels.
So losing pirates meant gaining pollution, in a way.
That's one angle. Then there are more. Let's say direct potential impacts mentioned. Playfully, perhaps.
Like what? Pirate beards soaking up CO2.
Kind of, yeah. That's mentioned, along with maybe their activities affecting ocean currents or temperatures. And then there's the big one, direct FSM intervention.
Okay, explain that. The FSM actively controlling the climate.
The idea floated is that maybe the FSM was regulating temperatures when these original pirates were around in good number.
And then step back as they disappeared.
Sort of, and the source even hints that maybe conventional science misses this because the FSM could be subtly guiding things, or maybe testing our faith, you know?
Which brings up that classic issue. Correlation isn't causation. How does the source handle that?
Well, from the Pastafarian perspective laid out here, if the FSM reveals a correlation, it's not seen as a potential fallacy. It's treated as a revealed truth.
So even if a graph looks, quote, misleading by normal standards.
It could be divinely inspired. Or, like you said, a test of faith. That's the interpretation.
Okay, does it offer any, like, supporting evidence or signs?
It mentions a couple of interesting things that calls corroborating signs. For instance, Somalia.
Right, high pirate activity today.
And relatively low carbon emissions. Though the source is quick to point out, these are modern pretender pirates, not the original divine ones.
Okay. Anything else?
There's a note from their gospel, apparently, observing that it gets cooler after Halloween.
When lots of people dress up as pirates.
Exactly. It's presented as another little hint.
So, based on all this, what does the source say we should do about climate change?
The recommendations are quite specific to this viewpoint. Embrace Pastafarianism, for one.
Okay, and more pirates, symbolically.
Yes, symbolically increasing pirate prevalence like wearing pirate gear. Adopting the pirate diet is mentioned too.
Pasta and beer.
Pasta and beer, yeah. Plus promoting wind power, which links back to the sailing ships, and generally upholding Pastafarian values.
Right. So, to wrap up, maybe a final thought for you, the listener, drawing from this source.
Yeah, consider this. What if the most overlooked factor in climate regulation has been the presence of these, well, divine beings, these historical pirates?
It makes you wonder what other unconventional forces might be influencing our world, in ways we haven't even begun to imagine. Ramen.